Now that you have worked on your science fair planner and been doing your science fair experiment, one of the next steps is to write a science fair report that will be included as an English grade. For this science fair report, there are three main sections. There's a title page, there's the body of the report itself, and a works cited page at the end. In your assignment in the class, there is a template that you can use to set up your report. The first page has your title. So I'm going to use the two pages here. This page on the left has an example report from a former student, and on the right is the scoring guide with how it will be graded. So on the first page, the title, the student's name, first and last name, the date, and the grade level. For this year, you will use your first and last name. Your due date for the report is April 27th, 2020, and then either 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. On page 2, you will start the report. The report starts with an introduction paragraph, and in that introduction paragraph, you somehow get your reader's attention. You let them know why you found this topic interesting, why you wanted to do this experiment. And at the end of that introduction paragraph, you close with your hypothesis, which is your thesis statement for this entire report. And that thesis statement is just directly restating the hypothesis. If I do, or if this happens, then this will be the result. And it's the same thing that you used in your planner. The next section will be the research section. And in the research section, you talk about the scientific topics that you researched to learn more about this topic and to decide how to do your experiment and what you thought that hypothesis would be. In the research, you should be sure to cite at least 3 research sources, websites, books, other scientific information that you use to learn about this topic. And when you cite those sources, you put the title or the author in parentheses. And I've highlighted 2 examples here that show facts from research sources. The next section of your report will be the materials and the procedure. List what you did to put this experiment together and the procedure you used to do it. In this procedure, you should make sure that you use these important vocabulary. You're going to include the independent, the dependent, and the control variables. You're going to use those scientific vocabulary that you looked up in your notes and included on your planner. Then, after you explain how to do the experiment, you're going to have an observation and results section. In this section, you describe exactly what you saw, what you measured, what the results of the experiment were. Finally, in the last section, you have a conclusion paragraph. Your conclusion paragraph starts off by telling the reader, was the hypothesis correct? Did this experiment turn out the way that you expected it to do so? And whether or not it worked the way that you expected, if you were to do this experiment again, what might be things that you would change in order to do it better? After you write your conclusion paragraph, the third section is the works cited page. And this works cited page is where you list all of your research sources. There is a minimum of 3 required for the report. And you list those in a specific format so that if someone else wants to go and check your sources, they can find that information as well. Since this is an English assignment, it will also be graded for conventions and format, clear paragraph form, correct spelling, correct punctuation, correct grammar. All of those things are included as well in the assignment.